Have you ever thought about making your own crypto? I mean, really creating your own token. What if I told you that you don't need to be some coding genius and you for sure don't need weeks to do it? You can literally do it in minutes. Well, today we're going to do exactly that right here on the Stellar Network. Let's get into it.
So check this out. This really paints the picture, right? The old way, the Ethereum way, means you have to build this whole complex smart contract from scratch. It's kind of like building an entire car factory just to get one car. It's slow, it's expensive, and the audits take forever. But Stellar? It's like a vending machine. Creating tokens is just built in. It's a feature, not a project. That's why it's so fast and the fees are practically zero.
All right, here's the game plan for today. First, we're going to unpack Stellar's token superpower. Then, we'll map out a pro-level blueprint for issuing your tokens securely. We'll cover this really cool thing called the trustline handshake. Then, we'll get our hands dirty with some vibe coding, which is basically just telling a computer what to do in plain English. After that, we'll look at some advanced security controls, and finally, we'll see your brand new token live and tradable on a global exchange.
Okay, let's dive into part one. Stellar's token superpower. And the whole thing, the big idea, boils down to this. No smart contract required. Seriously, this one feature is what makes everything else we're about to do not just possible, but easy.
And yeah, this says it all, doesn't it? Creating a token isn't some hack or some complicated layer 2 solution. It's native. It's a core function of the network itself. And that just blows the doors wide open for everything from loyalty points and stablecoins to tokenizing real-world stuff like art or real estate. So now that we know why it's so easy, let's talk about how to do it right. This is part 2, the professional issuance blueprint. We're going to use a simple but super secure 3-account setup that all the pros use. First up, you've got your issuing account. Think of this as the master key to your own personal mint. It's the only account on Earth that can create your tokens. So here's the #1 rule. This has to be a cold wallet. It lives completely offline, disconnected from the internet, locked away somewhere safe. Next, we have the distribution account. This is your hot wallet. It's online and active. It gets big batches of tokens from that offline issuer, and its job is to handle the day-to-day stuff, sending tokens out to your users. Keeping these two separate is a huge security pro tip. What you get is this super clean, one-way street for your tokens. The offline issuer mints them, it sends a big chunk to the online distributor, and then the distributor sends them out to users. This setup is brilliant because it contains your risk. If your hot wallet ever gets compromised, the attacker can't mint new tokens. The master key is still safe and sound offline. Okay, this next part is one of my favorite things about Stellar, and it's called the trust line handshake. It's basically how users have to give you permission before you can send them anything. So a trust line is just what it sounds like. A user's wallet has to explicitly raise its hand and say, yep, I know what this token is, I trust it, and I'm ready to receive it. This is an amazing anti-spam feature. It means no more random scammy tokens getting airdropped into your wallet because you have to opt into everything first. And check this out. This is our first taste of vibe coding. With a simple, human-readable sentence like this, you can tell a code assistant like Claude to spit out the exact code a user needs to set up that trust line. It's their side of the handshake generated from a simple instruction. How cool is that? All right, enough theory. Let's get to the main event. It's time to actually vibe code our token. We're going to walk through this step by step, and you'll see just how ridiculously fast this is. First things first, we need our foundation. We've got to create those 2 key accounts, the super secure issuer and the everyday distributor. And just look at this prompt. With one simple sentence, we're telling our AI assistant to create both accounts, fund them on the testnet so they're actually live, and save the keys. Boom. Just like that, our entire professional setup is done and ready to go.
Okay, accounts are set. Now for the magic. Step 2 is minting. This is the moment our tokens are officially born and come into existence.
With our next prompt, we're creating a function. And what we're doing here is telling the issuer account to basically create tokens from nothing and immediately send them over to our distribution account. It perfectly follows that secure blueprint we just designed.
All right, final step in our basic setup. Let's get these tokens out into the world and into the wallets of actual users.
And here's our last prompt for the basics. It creates the distribution function.
But the really smart part, the thing you have to notice, is that we've told it to verify the recipient has a trust line before it even tries to send. It automatically respects that digital handshake, which is just fantastic. Okay, we've made a token. That's awesome. But now, let's level up from just being a creator to being a master of that token. We're going to look at some advanced controls that let you operate like a total pro. Stellar gives you these optional superpowers called flags. For instance, you can enable auth revocable to freeze assets, which is crucial for compliance. It's actually what USDC does. Or you could use auth required for regulated tokens where you need to KYC every single holder. These are some serious tools for serious projects. This right here, this is the ultimate boss move for security and trust. With one last prompt, you can permanently, irreversibly lock your issuing account. It makes it physically impossible for anyone, even you, to ever mint more tokens. This guarantees a fixed supply, and that is a massive, massive trust signal for your users. So, you did it. You created your token, you set up all the security, you locked the supply. So what happens now? Well, welcome to the big leagues, the global Stellar decentralized exchange. And boom, here's the payoff. The second your token is created, it's already live on Stellar's built-in exchange. You don't have to beg to get listed, you don't have to pay insane fees. It's just there, tradable for anyone in the world. And you can watch every transaction happen live on a block explorer like Stellar Expert. So let's just step back for a second. In just a few minutes, with just a few plain English sentences, you've created a real, secure, tradable, global asset. That's insane. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?